I'm Delaware's Lieutenant Governor Matt Denn. Did you know that 1 out of every 4 teenagers in America reports being bullied at some point? Or that thousands of students stay home from school every day for fear of being bullied? And bullying is no longer limited to the classroom or to the playground. Now, because of the internet, it's in people's homes and it's available 24 hours a day, and it stays around long after the bully's forgotten about it. Unfortunately, we also know that students with disabilities are at an even higher risk of being bullied than their peers. Now, some may say that bullying is just part of growing up, and a lot of people were teased by their brothers or sisters or friends when they were younger. But when teasing becomes hurtful or unkind, and when it becomes constant, it crosses the line. Bullying needs to stop. If you're a bully and you think that people respect you, I've got news for you. You're wrong, and you're going to regret it when you get older. Being afraid of somebody is not the same as respecting them. Bullying behavior backfires, and it makes everyone more miserable. In fact, we know that 1 out of every 4 kids who's a bully when they're younger turns out to have a criminal record before they're age 30. This video shares some ideas of how you can stop bullying, and working together, we can end the bullying problem in our schools. If you or somebody that you know is being bullied, tell your teacher or your counselor, or you can contact the Attorney General's office. You can get their phone number from your school office or by going on the website for your school or your school district.
My name is Suzanne, and I'm here today because I have been a victim of bullying in different ages of my life.
And when you grew up in the 90s, nobody really talked about that. So.
As a child, I was bullied because I was from a different ethnic background. And on top of that, I was bullied because I didn't live in a posh home. I lived in foster care for a while because of being a victim of child abuse.
My name is Tina Shing. I've grown up with a disability and have been on the receiving end of being bullied. I've gone on to many great things such as performing, directing, acting. Bullying occurs in all age groups, usually starting when a would-be bully thinks he or she sees a weakness in his or her victim. Bullying might seem like a good-natured teasing at first, but it can quickly turn ugly for the bully's target. Bullying oftentimes occurs in schools and among sports teams. The results can be devastating to the victim's academic success, peer relationships, and self-esteem. These feelings of fear and not being good enough can linger for a very long time.
Hi, I'm Judy, and I'm the mother of Alana. Alana was born hearing, and at the age of approximately 18 months, she lost her hearing. Alana had some issues during the middle school period of time. She was mainstreamed at that time. However, the bullying that she underwent came from not the kids at the hearing school, but at the deaf school.
When I was being bullied at one time, it was really difficult, and I did not want to go to school at all. There was one particular situation where my parents really had to force me to go to school.
But we continued to press through, and she went to school. We worked with the teachers and the counselors. They set up workshops for the kids about bullying, and she made it through. And in fact, one of the main children that was her prime tormentor ended up being one of her best friends in the end.
I was bullied for 2 years and developed very bad self-esteem issues as a result.
My disabilities were reading and writing and testing into the school. I didn't test. I tested low because I was having trouble reading. So because I was placed in the non-diploma program, once the kids find that out, other kids that aren't in it, that's what they use to bully you.
People tried to stop the bullying many times. It came to a head basically toward the end of my 5th grade year.
We had tons of mediation sessions between me and the bullies, and also the parents were brought in as well. At the end of it all, one of the bullies wasn't asked back to the school the following year.
If you are being physically bullied, please make sure you tell your teachers. I get really sad when I hear my children or any other children telling me that they're afraid to tell adults because of getting in trouble. That's something you should know. It's not your fault.
Once I realized that it wasn't me, it was the other kids, that gave me something to work for and at to be better, get better grades than they were, so that I could use that as self-recognition.
I really take care of making sure that my daughter's self-esteems are really strong. In this day and age, self-esteem is crucial to making sure that you are able to overcome many obstacles as you get older. I actually have a friend who has a daughter who's being bullied at this point in time, and she's in the almost middle school age, and it's starting to come out in little conversations here and there that she is being bullied. And the main reason she hasn't said anything is because she's scared to get in trouble. And my friend is actually very interested in taking care of this, but trying not to embarrass her at the same time.
As for parents of children who are being bullied, the main thing that you should do is work with the school and, if possible, work with the other parents if you know them.
You need to make sure that you have a good relationship with your children and that you can really speak openly. If your child feels comfortable to speak openly, then you're able to find these things out a little sooner. And then also that you have a good relationship with your children's teachers, and making sure that there are avenues available in the schools because sometimes there aren't. And even though in this day and age when we are trying to expand that in the world of bullying and cyberbullying as it's really growing, I think that we need to make sure as a parent and as a citizen that our schools are really making sure that they have programs in place that where children, especially at that age, feel comfortable coming to teachers without repercussions.
No matter how many anti-bullying programs are in place, change can only begin where the problem starts, with the students themselves. In the same way peer acceptance can give the bully courage, sometimes peer pressure can be a positive thing. Setting a good anti-bullying example can be a powerful motivator for others to follow.
As far as children who are thinking about bullying, they should think about how they feel when people treat them differently. And maybe that will get them to understand how devastating it can be for somebody to be bullied.
Back when I was in elementary school, there was a kid that had Tourette's just like me. He had ADHD, and people were making fun of him for his Tourette's and his disability. So I just stepped in and said, "Hey guys, that's not cool. Stop doing that." And I think I really helped him a lot.
I don't let people at my school call other people retarded because that's an actual term doctors will use. And it's not really cool when you call other people retarded because you don't know that offends a lot of people, because if they do have a diagnosis like Asperger's or autism, it can really affect how they view themselves, and it's not cool.
But not all bullying is obvious. Name calling on the playground, an accidental shove that's not so accidental on the playing field. Cyberbullying, using the internet, texting, or other means of social media to send hurtful, sometimes anonymous messages to both the victim and others can be worse than the physical bullying. Cyberbullying affects a much larger age range and population than physical bullying ever did.
The hardest part for me was being a cyberbully victim because with bullying face-to-face, although it's still just as detrimental and harsh, you don't know who's doing it. So as I'm actually in the process still of healing from this, I want people to understand that it doesn't matter what ethnic background, what age you are, what anything is, you can be cyberbullied at any time, so make sure that you do protect yourself.
Bullies count on not being caught. Whether on the playground or on Facebook, bullies are often cowards. The longer you wait to get help, the braver the bully will get. If you are being bullied, don't think you have to handle it alone. Talk to a teacher, a guidance counselor, a coach, or a parent immediately. Delaware's Attorney General's office has anti-bullying resources for victims of all ages. Bullying is a serious situation that requires ongoing involvement of family, school staff, and community members. Stand up for yourself and get help now.
And if you are being bullied, please tell somebody and make sure that you know it's not your fault and that you know that you can still achieve. Don't let people stop you from following what your dreams are.
Bullying does have consequences.
As you heard during the video, bullying hurts, and it can hurt for a very long time. My name is Wendy Strauss. I am the Executive Director of the Governor's Advisory Council for Exceptional Citizens. If you or someone you know is being bullied, please talk to your parents or an adult at the school or someone that you can trust. Also, do not forget to call the Attorney General's hotline for some assistance. Let's all work together to stop bullying.